Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my intraday slash day trade analysis where I'm looking for day trade setups that you can get like probably within a couple hours to a couple days, whatever type of thing I'm looking at for the market. And so I'm just gonna start off with the DXY because this shows the general, the general trend for the US dollar. This is what the DXY is for. So DXY from when I had done my weekly analysis, it went bullish from the zone that I drew out, and then it went bullish, rejected at this little smaller time frame zone up here. And if I'm just gonna fib this, because I do consider this a sort of a breakup structure right here, but price came right back down, so I don't really care for it, how that looks. But I'm just gonna fib it regardless, and then go on to the 15-minute time frame to see how it looks real quick. So reset the chart. So it did go bullish, came and retested down here at the 71% fib, came back up. Kind of looks like a head and shoulders to me right now, but I still want to see the DXY go bullish. There's nothing really telling me to get out of like Euro USD or AUD USD or any of those or any of the USD pairs if I'm in. Nothing's really told me to get out at this point in time, so I'm still gonna hold the trade, right? If nothing's told me to get out, then why would I get out? Just simple as that. So again, just looking for price to continue to the upside on the DXY. There is still a possibility, on daily time frame, real quick. There is still that possibility of this right here, of price respecting right here, because if you just push this resistance, the small time resistance to the right, you can see that price has rejected off of it previously as well, like right here, and even with this big, huge wick to the upside. So gotta watch out for that, but I still think that the US dollar can go bullish. Um, I know that Payton, he's looking at this low right here getting taken out, or maybe I think he's talking about these lows getting taken out before going to the upside. And I don't doubt that either. But I'm just going with what I'm seeing right now. Again, there's trades that we're in that we don't necessarily need to get out. So like, why would we? So let's go into Euro USD. Oh, before let me actually go to the daily. Well, not the daily time frame, but let me go back to the DXY and look at arbitrage, the indicator that I use, just to give me a clearer picture type of thing, just to give me some insight on if I'm still gonna hold this trade. I'm not looking at the 15-minute right now. I'm looking more on the 1 hour time frame, right? And I'm just waiting for this to load up. All right. So the 1 hour time frame definitely called for the buy yesterday at around 7 o'clock p.m. my time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right? And it came back down, retested, or come back over here. You know what? Before I do that, let me just get rid of the drawings and then annotate. All right, so we had price, it called for this buy, went bullish, retested off of the RSI line, which is this black line, which is what I like to see. It retested off of that, and now I'm expecting price to continue to the upside. So this is my next target for the DXY. That's where I just generally have it going up to either this morning or in a day or two. Although I don't think it's going to be a day or two, but I still think that this is going to go bullish. But just in the case that it doesn't go bullish here, then I'm just going to go ahead and, well, I'm not going to set my alert on the DXY because I'm just going to set my alerts on the other pairs that I'm trading, right? So, but yeah, I still think DXY could go bullish, and if it does make this move to the upside, then we'll be looking at the 4 hour time frame next. So let's go ahead and go on over to EURUSD. All right. Switch over to the naked charts. Get rid of this right here. Okay. Now, EURUSD, we're in this cell from Sunday. We're in this cell. Well, Sunday my time at least. It might be Tuesday or Wednesday for somebody else. But yeah, we're in this cell. I don't know why this box isn't red. Cell box. All right. So we're in the cell from the 78.6, 71 fibs, 61.8, my sell box, right? There is still a possibility that price can come up to 78.6, but guess what? Stops are at break even on this trade. So I'm not even looking to even try to get into anything on EURUSD right now. Stops are at break even. We're all good. But what I do want to look at is how the 1 hour time frame handles stuff. This morning, so what I'm going to do is hide this and hide this. And let's see how things played out right here. So right here, we had this bearish push on the euro US dollar that I needed because it was respecting this minor support previously. And it was saying, no, I need to break this until whatever, right? And so it came back and retested this said support that it broke. And now I'm expecting price to continue down to the downside. I don't expect price to just go back up. I mean, although, like I said, the possibility of price coming back up to like 1.8530, it still exists, right? So what I want price to continue doing is to respect this and keep projecting like how it has been, and then come back to the downside right here. I'm actually looking at even potentially adding an entry to this trade because I do like the way how it looks. It broke, it retested. Now I want to see to the downside. So let's take a look at arbitrage real quick to see if there is an entry that I could play off of. So the 1 hour time frame doesn't look like it because it looks like it's already making its move to the downside right here. So like I said, it broke, retested this, which in the mean line, that's this middle line right here. That's what I use as a support resistance as well. That we got the retest off of it. Now keep going to the downside. I'm going to the 4 hour real quick. I don't think the 4 hours is quite ready yet. I don't think the 4 hour is quite ready yet, but let me see, just in case. Yeah, it's not quite ready yet, but it's still looking to sell. Now, price can reject off of this RSI line and then keep going to the upside, but like I said, I don't think that's going to happen. Let's look at the 2 hour. I hate when it pops up and H just pops up when it's dead. I'm looking for change interval. So the 2 hour, I bet you the 2 hours is just about to call for a sell. Yeah, it just called it a couple hours ago. So yeah, I'm probably gonna add an entry here, probably like 30% of my original entry back up here at 1.18176. And what I would end up doing is probably half of my position that I had up here, since I've already taken partials, that I'm gonna put. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking at getting into this EURUSD sell. I do like it a lot. I don't necessarily care for the entry. I'd rather would have gotten the entry up here, but hey, it is what it is. And I don't like that 2 hour risk to reward. I mean, yeah, it's cool and everything, but it's so small. But what I'm looking for mostly, and let me just go on to the regular charts and I'll find that out. So what I would care for EURUSD, this isn't like the second entry to my trade. My stop loss is at 1.18190. So yeah, stop loss is about up there. I don't like the risk reward because I don't like taking any trades that are less than a 1 to 2 risk reward. But as of like seeing the possibility of price, what's going to happen like in a couple hours, this is what I'm seeing. Possibly in a couple hours, but I still think that they could drop more than this. But like I said, this is intraday day trade setups. But you know what? I'm gonna put the take profit over here because again, I really don't care for taking any trades that are less than a 1 to 2. So this is the pair that I'm getting. This is the trade setup for EURUSD, an added entry, if you will. And like I said, I'm putting half of my position that I had so if you have like a 0.5 running, then I would suggest putting like a 0.25. And if you're not in the trade, then hey, go ahead and put a full position on it, whatever you trade, you know? So got that. And then I'm gonna sell it with my stop loss at 1.18193. I know that says 1.18183, but it's supposed to be 193. And the risk reward turns to a 1.275. So, I mean, 1 to 2.75. So that's a pretty good risk reward ratio. I mean, you guys know I usually like my risk rewards higher than that, but it's still a good risk reward regardless. So just play that out safely with good risk management, and we're good. So actually, gonna put this on real quick, and then 2 hour. So again, the 2 hour did give the sell right here. I'm gonna set my alert to give me the exit so that we don't even have to risk our full 31 pips. If it tells me like at 10 pips, like, oh, you got to get out, then I'll be like, all right, well, it looks like I'm getting out of here. So short exit all, open once bar close, and then create. So again, this is a good risk, like a pretty decent risk reward ratio on this trade. So we'll see how that plays out. Of course, if it gets to right here, this is where I would take partials and then let the trade right out. All right, so that's for EURUSD. I'm gonna go ahead and go on over to GBPUSD. Haven't really been giving GU a lot of attention, and that's only because I was waiting for my setup to happen. So let's go to the 4 hour real quick. All right, GU, come on now. There we go. All right, so GU, I still want to see this play out. I still want to see this 4 hour move come to the upside and reject my sell box, which I don't know why this is not red. There we go. I want price to come back up here to this zone and reject off of it anywhere between the 61.871 and 78.6 fibs to keep dropping to the downside. That's what I'm looking for with a GU. And then even if I'm not looking at this, if you guys look at this fib from this bullish move, price came back down to the 78.6 right here. Went down a little lower, but still was in that same general area, and then pushed to the upside, right? So I'm kind of still, like I said, I want to see this still happen. Let me get rid of this fib, or not get rid of it. I'm just gonna hide it, but I still want to see this happen, you know. And I do like seeing this. This looks like a break and retest to the upside of the structure. So I kind of still being patient and waiting on GU to come to the upside. Just going to the 1 hour time frame real quick just to see what I'm pretty sure arbitrage is looking to try to sell this. Yeah, right now it did give that sell call. But again, I'm not really too crazy over selling GU. I mean, I'm selling EU and I'm selling AU, so you would think that I want to sell GU, right? But not necessarily. Let me go over here real quick and see what it's looking like. I mean, we could sell it. We really could. I mean, arbitrage is like, I'm just waiting for the candle to close, and arbitrage would tell us that, oh, well, there's your sell right there, right? It gave us the sell, faked out for the buy, stayed at the RSI line. And for those of you guys who are new, there's a video that I'm explaining how I use this arbitrage indicator. Don't have really time to explain it right now, but oh yeah, it's called the indicator I use is called arbitrage. It's an indicator that like it tells you basically what to buy and sell. And like I said, there's a video that's in my YouTube channel that once I post this video up, you guys could go and check out. And that's like it explains how I use this indicator, but basically it just tells you when it tells me when to buy and when to sell. And so yeah, this it's kind of giving a sell signal. I mean, I like when I see the fake out like this. That tells me more that I think price is gonna sell. So I mean, if I can get my better entry, because this would be my preferred entry for GU, then hey, I would definitely look to sell this right here, and my risk to reward will be amazing. It's a 1 to 3 risk to reward, but I would even wait on the indicator to tell me to get out. That's only though if price climbs back up here, which I don't think it will. And even if it doesn't, you can still get an entry like right here. And it's not as great. It turns to a 1 to 1.5 basically. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at for the trade. If I would have woke it, I mean, if I would have been on the live sooner, then definitely would have been able to get in this and try to capitalize. But yeah, like I said, I want to see this candle close first, and then I will determine if I'm going to get in or not. I don't like the risk reward right here for this certain trade setup, but I would still take it. 83 pips, you can't complain about that. And even if I do get in from right here, I most likely would just be like, all right, it is what it is. I'm in right here. I would take the trade a little lower, but that's where I would like to see it personally go. And so yeah, so let me go back to regular charts. Oh yeah, the indicators that's on the left, it's literally the same thing that's on the right. It's just without all the it's just without all the bands and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like I said, if I can get a small push up, let me get my drawing tool. If I can get a small push up again for price to respect right here, then drop down, that would be love for me personally. If it doesn't do that, then I don't think I would get in because I just don't like getting into a candle this low when I could have entered right here, type of thing. So, but that's just me again. I still do believe that it could drop, and even if you, like I said, even if you buy from like if you sell from right here, then I would take it down to right here or something like that. Make the risk to reward better, because I mean, I obviously once I'm like 30 or 40 pips in profit, then I move my stop loss to break even. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for GA. I mean for GU. Let me see what's on here. Yeah, it's not on trading. It's not like publicly on TradingView. Like you have to get like an invite script to send for it because it is a paid indicator. It's basically free for me though because I'm an educator for it. So yeah, so that's GU. Let's go on to AUDUSD. All right, so AUDUSD was showing love yesterday. We're already in this sell from up here. And remember, guys, I was waiting for this move for how long? when price was down here where I could have bought by, and I didn't even do that. I was waiting for price to come up here. Sold a little bit early, took like a 20 pip stop loss. Then I waited for price to come back up here again. Finally did. This is what happens when patient pays. Stop losses at break even on this trade, because literally had zero drawdown on that. Stop losses at break even on this trade. Already got the sell call on the 1 hour time frame. Life is good. I do like seeing after this bearish engulfing. Let me actually hide this real quick. I do like seeing after this like bearish engulfing move right here. So actually, I'm gonna start from no. Let me start from right here. This huge bearish engulfing. Look where price came up to the upside. If I were to take this trade, I do not like the way how that fib looks. What's going on? There we go. So usually, you guys know, if I were to try to potentially get into this trade, it's kind of already too late, like by 2 hours, but still, I would have gotten in about right here, which would have been a sniper move. Almost would have got wicked out, but didn't, and continue selling price to the downside. That's exactly how I would have played this retracement, because bearish engulfing, got some rejections, push up to the upside, get to my sell zone, continue to the downside. That's exactly how that is playing out right now. So let me get rid of all this. And of course, the 1 hour time frame, like I said, it had called. That's even more of a reason why I'm like, let's just hold this trade. There's no reason for us to get out. 4 hour time frame is probably setting up for a sell. Yeah, it rejected off of the RSI line on the 4 hour time frame, but it's still looking to sell, and I'm still gonna hold for the sell. So there's no reason for me to get out. Let me look at the 2 hour real quick. Yeah, 2 hours just recently called for the sell, and these are my exact type of setups that I look for in trades. You got the breakout, got the sell call, retest the RSI line, now continuation to the downside. And again, this is a move that I'm probably not going to care for trying to get into a second entry, but it would look something like this if I was. For those who aren't in the trade and you're trying to look to get into the trade, yeah, I put my stop loss up here because this looks like the 90 fib from where that's at. And again, I don't like the risk to reward ratio here. I that's just me personally. I don't care for it. I'd rather, like I said, anything the risk to reward ratio is a 1 to 2 and higher. That's what I like to see. So me seeing a 1 to 1.84 or anything like that, it's kind of like, do I really want to risk it? I'm already in the trade from up here at break even. I don't really care to risk it. But from up here, if I would have entered, then my risk to reward would look something like this: a 1 to 2.34, but my stop loss is higher, and it's less risky rather than for me to get into here. So that's just me personally, but again, I still do think that AUDUSD is gonna drop. I'll set an alert for if you guys want to take this trade right here. Like I said, I don't care for it, but I was definitely set an alert for those who do want to take it. And I'm like, hey, my indicator is telling me to get out the trade, so you don't have to risk all 40 pips trying to trade this. So short exit all once per bar close, create. All right, so there you go for AUDUSD. But I'm already in this trade, like I said, and I'm not really gonna get out. Like, it's a solid entry from up here. And you still have this structure that needs to be broken, but price looked like it came and respected it, so that's not an issue. If I'm looking at this chart right here, and you get again from right at this point, Yeah, I would probably take this down here as well, or even lower. Like this is the lowest I'll take it, but that's about it. Just to make the risk to reward better. Right there. Yeah, just to make the risk reward better, that would be the setup that I would take ideally. But yeah, it's solid. It still looks good for the sell. Like nothing's telling me to get out. So if you guys want to take this secondary position, by all means. But I'm just gonna hold my position. If price comes back up here, absolutely I'm taking it. Because again, risk to reward would be flattened for sure. I mean, will be widened for sure. Because now this is a 1 to 4. If I'm only risking 20 pips on this move. So, but like I said, if it doesn't get up there, I'm already in the trade. I'm good. GA is up next. So GA, I was waiting for it to go bullish, and for those of you guys who took the bullish call on Monday or on Sunday, I mean, then on my live, then you are golden. You are chilling in profits. Dang, I would have wished this came lower, but it's okay. I would have really appreciated it if it retested here. But anyways, yeah, guys, price went extremely bullish. Um, dang, I missed my entry right here at 6 o'clock on the 11th. But it's all good, right? So, dang, I did not switch it to unlimited time. I'm so sorry. I did it again. So on Sundays, I do it at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, and I usually like announce it like a couple hours before I do it. But I would have loved GA to come back down here, retest, and then continue to the downside. Because that's the reason why I drew this out. I'm like, well, I do see that it's bullish, and I just wanted to break out of this pendant before going upside. And then again, look where it came to on this fib. This is my buy zone since I was looking for buys. Came right here, rejected off of it. Very little, barely at the 61.8, went to the upside. Your trade would have been at break even. Just like I mentioned, and I said the same thing on Sunday. I was like, I like the buy, but I just didn't want to get into it. And so again, if GA could come back down here and then keep going to the upside, then I'll for sure take it. But I don't think it will. I'll put an alert here. And then I'll call it retest of if you want to call that a wedge, whatever you want to call it, but that's what I'm looking for, a retest of that. Oh, I feel you on the insomnia part, bro. I feel you spiritually on the insomnia. I have it too. It's trash. But yeah, GA, I'm kind of looking for more of a downside push before I enter. What did I pressed cancel and yet it still went? Sorry about that, guys. Gonna go ahead and record. And I don't have to change it to the unlimited session because I'm going to be almost done shortly. So GA got that buy call. But like I mentioned, I'd rather want price to come down and retest this, which would retest the 2-hour RSI line, and then continue going to the upside. That's what I would rather prefer for GA to do. Just check out the 4-hour time frame real quick on the on the arbitrage, see what that's looking like, and let me go ahead and clear all that out real quick. Yeah, we already got the buy on the 4-hour, but I need this retest. If I don't get this retest, I'm not gonna get in. Simple as that. That's how I trade. That's how I am. And just like how I mapped it out, it looks perfect. With exactly with the 4-hour arbitrage. So yeah, I'm gonna need this retest. Then bullish push to the upside. Didn't get a chance to put my alert on because I accidentally, or did I? Let me see. Let's see what this is talking about on my alerts. Yep, got it. So whenever that pops up, then we're good. Because although it wasn't drawn on, they know what I'm looking for. So once I get that, we'll get the buy entry and we'll get a sell. We'll get a trade on that. So just stay tuned to watching the chat, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. Let's go on to EURAUD. Let's see what EURUSD is looking like. All right, so EURAUD really tried to play my life, and I think it almost came close to hitting my stop loss at break even, but it didn't. So I'm chilling. I'm about to be like, where is my drawings and stuff? All right, so this trade, we're at break even, solid. Oops. Okay, that's getting annoying. Let me zoom in real quick. I'm trying to push the stop loss up. Anyways, this trade's at break even. Price almost came back and hit stop loss at break even. That's why I said take partials right here or right in this general area, because I knew that a pullback was imminent as per usual. We all know how the market moves. If it moves nice and swiftly, then we can keep going. And look where price came back down to, and then it rejected off of, as per usual, my little buy zone. Well, because on this side it's a buy, and then if I was looking for sells, it would have hit my sell zone. But yeah, it came to my buy zone, still in profit. So I'm chilling on this trade. I'm still in this trade. I'm still good. Nothing has me worried. That would have been a nice re-entry, but that happened 4 hours ago, and I was not awake 4 hours ago. I was definitely asleep from the gym. But yeah, still expecting this to go and hit my target up here at 1.65650. Right here would have been my secondary entry for my trade, but unfortunately, that, like I said, I wasn't awake for that. So I mean, if price comes back down, then for sure I'll probably try to sneak in. But other than that, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. My stop loss is at break even. I'm not gonna really put more risk onto me, you know. Let's go ahead and go over here real quick. Look at the arbitrage indicator. Show me what it's looking like. Get rid of all that. Rejected off of the lower danger zone. That's what I like to see. Come to the 2-hour time frame, because the 4-hour is still playing. Because this could potentially give you guys an entry right here. That's why I use arbitrage, right, for entries and exits, just to make things easier, so I don't have to really stress a lot. Unless it doesn't pull up like I was supposed to right here. All right, so the 2-hour time frame, yeah, like I said, guys, this is a perfect re-entry right here. This is exactly what I look for when I'm looking for my trades. So like, I got the bullish push up, moved to the downside, retested the RSI line and also the lower danger zone. So again, let me just take this off. As price did go bullish, it came back and retested this level, this zone right here. Like that's super solid confirmation for me, especially on the 2 hour time frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually re-enter this as well. Like I already have my first position on, and I already took some profits. I already took partial profits. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this, and I'm gonna set my stop loss because no matter what, I always set a stop loss. I'm gonna go ahead and have my stop loss come out over here. I'll put it, yeah, I'll put it around over here at the 1.63307 area again. I'll go ahead and put that stop loss 1.63307 modify. I don't know why my stop loss didn't get hit at break even. Now that I'm looking at this, maybe spreads. They said that, oh, I'm gonna bless you today, but it does kind of look like stop loss did get hit at break even. But I'm not tripping over that because like I said, I'm still in the trade. So, but RSI line, yeah, this is still bullish to me. There's nothing that's telling me to get out, but you always got to be safe in these markets and protect your capital. That's why you risk 1% of your capital per trade that you get into. So set my alert so I don't even have to risk my full how many pips, because my stop loss is going to be like probably like right over here at 1.63500, but I'm going to just have the alert tell me once you get out rather than have a stop loss, and I don't know why that hasn't popped up yet. I totally forgot to record that. That's funny. But yeah, EG, we already said that EA, we're in the buy. So yeah, it's still the same setup for EA. EG, it came, hit my 61.8 area. You guys, I usually like the 71 to get hit, but the 61.8 could very well just be the place where price continues onto the upside, because that's my buy box, and whether it does or doesn't, that's its business. The 1 hour time frame, let me just go into the 1 hour real quick and show on here. 1 hour time frame has already started calling for the buy, but you guys know how I usually do it. If I like getting into the buy, I mean, you can right now, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that, but you guys know that I like usually a breakout of the RSI line, retest of it, and then continuation to the upside. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, and I would alert in the chat if I get into this trade. But I don't know why this is green. It should have been blue, although now it could be considered green because I'm calling for a buy. But yeah, EG, definitely waiting on that. Let's go to EN, see how my man is doing. All right, so EN came and hit me at break even, and that's exactly why you have a break. That's why you put your stop loss at break even for trades, no matter how high they went. Because look, this trade went into about 40 pips in profit, like 56 pips total in profit. I did say for us to take partial profits and for us to get out the trade. So that's a 50 point move, or 50 pip move. Stop loss was at break even, and stop loss got hit, and the lows got even taken out. So that is exactly why I do that. And Cole, if you're watching this, you can suck my ass. Look where price came, 50% fib. I hate when price does this. When it comes to the 50% fib and drops, I hate it. I don't like it. I personally hate it. But that's sometimes Cole's setup, and that's exactly how this played out. So yeah. But for the meantime, as of right now, I'm not really feeling. Let me just do an overall look on this real quick. Okay. So EURNZD, get rid of all of that real quick. Let me see this real quick, because if I take from this impulsive move to the upside, up there, prices in my sell range, I mean my buy range still, and I didn't even look at this previously, honestly. Still in my buy range, for sure. Still in my buy range. Let me look at the daily time frame real quick as well. Because I don't like seeing those bearish engulfing candles on the 4-hour. I really don't. And arbitrage called for a buy, and this looks like the retest of that buy that it called. So actually, let me go to the 4-hour, and then I'm going to switch over to arbitrage to give me this setup, because it looks promising. Definitely looks promising to me. All right, so the 1-hour, it called for the sell. That's solid. I still like this though, because it's in my area, guys. It's in my area. If I would have got into 78.6, I would be in profit right now. That's exactly how I trade all the time. I just wait for that fib, depending on the time frame, and I take it. So what I'm gonna do, perfect. So this hasn't called for a buy yet. That is perfect. That's what I like to see. What I'm gonna do, just to be on the safe side, is I'm gonna set this alert, because I don't want price to reject off of here and then just go bearish, right? So I'm gonna set my alert on the 15-minute time frame for the arbitrage buy, long, and I'm gonna have it once per bar close. So once the candle closes, that's when it's tell me to buy, and I'll get in. But again, it's literally in my buy area, and if you want, you can go ahead and buy this. This is how I'm looking to take this pair. It's not like a intraday trade. It is a swing trade, but you can always take profits early. Like if you want, you can be like, oh, I got my 50 pips, I'm out of there. Or oh, I got 100 pips, I'm out of there, or whatever, It's just depending on you. So if the buy call does get called, or if you want to just buy it like right here, then this is my setup. I'll go ahead and put this a little lower. Boom. So I'm risking 62 pips or 63 pips, and I'm trying to get 255 pips. That's the swing. I'll probably most likely take partials up here. Take another partials right here, and then let the whole trade ride right there. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. You out of here? All right, bye, baby. Love you. Sorry if you don't. All right, guys. So yeah, EURNZD. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and. Well, no, I don't even need to look at arbitrage. Already did kind of. Oh, actually, no, I do want to look at it, because I want to show you on the daily time frame I was calling for that buy, and it's a retest. That's the reason why I had even mentioned last week that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna probably end up taking all my profits on the EURNZD swing for right now. But yeah, are you serious? Wow, sorry. How old are you? All right, and so I don't like how the way how the daily time frame looks on this necessarily, and I definitely hate how this candle looks. This candle up here, I hate it, but I want price to go and fill that wick up. And so it bought and it came back and retested the RSI line. It's rejected off of the RSI line 3 times now. I'm taking this bad boy up. So just wanted to show that real quick. For EURNZD, I like the buy for sure. And if you took the buy, you're in profit right now as we're speaking. So there you go. Let's go ahead and go over to, oops, not here. Bitcoin, I already mentioned that I was getting into the buy, but I'll show the setup that I had. And this is a setup that you guys know from like how many weeks ago that I said I'm waiting for it to retrace. Came up to my sell zone. It's still at entry basically, but yeah, I'm still looking to sell Bitcoin down to even 9,000 possibly. I mean, 9,900 would obviously be a very good take partials, and 10,780 is another good area to take profit, like take partials. But overall, I kind of want to see it come down to 9,000, and the risk reward is just amazing. So I'm still in this trade. Nothing's telling me to get out. It rejected nicely off of my zone. If it wanted to push up, but it didn't even close up there. So still selling this. Gold. Okay, so this was a trade in particular I talked about in a group yesterday. And I know that this is what some people I know that this is the question I think, Stefan, that you were asking me about, that I was looking for a retracement. So this is on gold. Let the 1 hour come out and show me. All right, so still in this trade, still at break even. Let me go ahead and push this down. All right, so what I was talking about was, so see this bullish or this bearish move right here that price made, and it retraced. Let me go to the 5th. No, the 1 hour is fine. I was saying that wait for the retracement, because it did pull back exactly when I was like, I'm thinking that gold is going to pull back right here. There we go. And it did pull back, but it kind of went a little higher than I wanted it to. If I were to have gone in, I probably would have got stopped out. So that's even slightly good news for me, I guess. Because I would have put my stop loss right where that wick is at 1924, and that got hit. So, but let's see from this fib right here, from when we got into the trade. So that came to the 61.8, even the 71, because this is what I would have measured overall, not just this move right here. The overall move came into my damn, it really came and hit my sell zone perfectly. Not there. This is my sell zone. Came and hit that, rejected off of it twice, and I'm still expecting a continuation to the downside on gold. Like, I'm still in the sell, still looking for it to drop. So, with gold, personally speaking, dang, and if it could climb back up, I hate trying to buy it right here, because the drawdown on gold, if it's like comes back up to here, that's a 30 pip drawdown, and that'd be heavy sometimes. But on gold, I'm still trying to sell this. There's nothing telling me to get out necessarily. And if it hits my stop loss at break even, then I'm good. But I'm still trying to sell gold for sure. And even if you're looking this like intraday trade wise, I'd wait for price to come back up here one more time. My stop loss would be, you know what? And I'll put my stop loss up here just so that if I get taken out, then I'm not taken out, I break even. And my TP would be down here for the next lower low for gold. And that's a 1 to 3 right there. So I'm definitely actually going to get into this re-entry, no, this second entry right now because it came back up to where I wanted it to. So put that 1932 as my stop loss and sell. Okay, so I'm in that gold sell, and if it doesn't play out, then it is what it is. But I like the risk to reward. Risking 83 pips to get 256 pips. It's all good. All right, so that is, first of all, why is this fib still here? I stay deleting this. Let me save my chart before I have to see that again. But yeah, and this is still playing out right here when with the whole push to the upside then down. I'm still looking at that same exact move, but you guys know how gold is. Gold plays sometimes. Let's go ahead and come out over here to the arbitrage just to see if it's telling me any different. All right, so daily time frame, it's kind of setting up for a buy. The gold is definitely looking like it's setting up for a potential buy, but it's still rejecting off of this RSI line. So that's why I like to see. I'm still trying to sell it. 4-hour time frame, definitely it called for a buy, but it showed that it was oversold. Overbought up here, and then it dropped a little bit. I don't like seeing that bullish candle, but and again, although yes, it does look like it's setting up for a buy, and if it does call for the buy, I probably will get out and be like, okay, this isn't trying to go the way that I want it to go. I'd wait. And apparently there was US dollar news this morning that I didn't know about, or I probably did know talk about it, but I just didn't pay attention to it this morning, you know. But create and let's see how that plays out. Okay, so that's gold and S&P. Now S&P, or let me not even talk about S&P. I'll talk about oh, I'll set that up later. I just have to delete some alerts. Let's go to the indices, and let me talk about that real quick. All right, so well, I wanted Dow Jones, not SPX 500. Whoa. All right. Waiting for the Dow Jones to pop up, and I think that will be the last pair that I look at. Oh no, I gotta look at USD Mexican as well because that's what I'm in. My stop loss got hit at break even though, and if I swear if it's spread, I'm gonna be upset. All right, so Dow Jones. I had called for this sell, price went up, and it hit stop loss, unfortunately. But I had put, me personally, I had put my stop loss at the 100% instead of the 98 and unfortunately, well, not the 98, instead of the 90% fib, And unfortunately for you, you guys, that if you took the trade, your stop loss would have got hit. I'm still in this trade though, and and I actually even added a position. I'm in profit from that position, so that kind of sucks. Just waiting for it to zoom out. Hmm. Come on now. There we go. So yeah, price came back, literally took people out of the trade, and then dropped right after. I'm still thinking that this is gonna drop. So I'm like I said, I'm still in the sell. I actually got a good re-entry up around right here, and my stop loss is up here. So if price comes back to all-time highs, I'll be more than happy to take this out. But I'm still trying to sell the US indices. And this goes along with SPX 500, this goes along with NASDAQ 100. I'm still trying to sell. So yeah, that's that's literally it for the Dow Jones and the S&P. I'm still trying to sell this. I'm not really using arbitrage for this trade necessarily, but I'm still like observing it with it, you know? So again, I'm in this sell. So is there any other pairs that anybody wants me to take a look at? But that's what I'm trading, so I don't really care for other pairs. I mean, if I see something, I might say something in my chat, but if there are any other pairs that anybody wants me to look at before I hop off. Nothing, nothing. All right, all right. Well, thank you guys for showing up to my live. I really do appreciate it. We'll be posting up the recording as soon as possible. And for those who are watching the playback, thank you for watching. And let's get some more money. We had an awesome Monday. Monday was nice. It ended up perfect. Some stops, of course, got hit at break even, but that's the reason why you put your stop loss at break even, so you protect your capital. Make sure to risk 1 to 2% per trade. Do not risk like half of your account on any of these trade setups. I don't encourage that, because at the end of the day, we're all here to grow our accounts. We're not trying to blow it. We're not trying to use bad risk management and be like, oh, this looks like a good sell. His last sell that he called, it went up 150 pips. So I'm gonna go and put full margin on this one trade, and if it goes wrong, then it's his fault that I lost money. No, it's none of that. You have to be disciplined enough to trade with your by your means. If you have $100 account, I wouldn't recommend even trading on $100 account. But if you do trade, like if you're gonna trade multiple pairs, trade up to like with 10% of your account using a 0.01. 10% of your account is 100 pips. So just think of it that way. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And deuces, guys, let's make some money.